What does it really mean to be untouchable in Hollywood? Not just famous, not just trending, not just having a moment, but untouchable. Right now, there is one name that keeps coming up in rooms filled with studio executives, theater owners, producers, and cultural analysts: Zendaya. And here's the thing. She's not just considered one of the biggest Black actors. She's not just considered one of the biggest female stars. She's considered one of the biggest actors. Period. A recent survey conducted among theater owners, the very people whose business depends on ticket sales, asked a simple question. Who brings people into theaters? The names that topped that list included Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ryan Gosling, Timothée Chalamet, Margot Robbie, Tom Holland, and right alongside them, Zendaya. Among actors under 30, the numbers are even more revealing. Tom Holland leads with massive global box office numbers, largely fueled by Spider-Man, No Way Home, and the Spider-Man franchise. Timothée Chalamet has crossed billions thanks to projects like Dune, but Zendaya herself has brought in over $5 billion globally. $5 billion. And she's not even 30. That distinction matters because it signals something bigger. She isn't just successful, she represents the future. Hollywood always looks for the next generation, the faces that Gen Z connects with. The actors who can lead the industry for the next 15-20 years. Zendaya isn't competing for that title. She already owns it. And 2026? It may go down as one of the most dominant single years any actor has ever had. She moves from intimate indie drama to blockbuster epics, to franchise installments, to prestige television like Euphoria. Few actors in history balance indie credibility and blockbuster dominance at the same time. Even fewer do it without a single true flop. That's not luck. That's taste. Every project she chooses feels intentional, calculated, strategic. She isn't chasing trends. She's building a legacy. Now here's where things get interesting. In modern celebrity culture, scandals are almost guaranteed. Stars rise fast. They fall faster. One bad interview. One tweet from 10 years ago. One messy relationship. One disastrous movie. And suddenly, the public turns. But Zendaya represents something rare: emotional safety. Audiences feel safe loving her. Psychologically, that matters more than we realize. Human. Beings bond with people who make them feel secure. When someone feels stable, predictable, and grounded, we trust them. Zendaya has built a brand of consistency. She shows up polished, elegant, articulate, no chaotic headlines, no public meltdowns, no scandal cycles, no embarrassing moments that force fans into defense mode. Think about how rare that is. Fans of other stars often have to explain away controversies. They defend awkward interviews. They ignore questionable dating patterns. They justify strange fashion choices. They forgive box office bombs. With Zendaya, there's nothing to defend. No flop films, no disastrous red carpet moments, no careless public statements. Even she has openly admitted that she carries the pressure of perfection, that fear of making a mistake. But that pressure has shaped her into one of the most controlled public figures of her generation, her audience. Never has to do emotional labor for her. They don't have to forgive her. They don't have to excuse her. They just get to enjoy her. And in an entertainment industry built on volatility, she feels like solid ground. That trust didn't happen overnight. Remember, she started as a Disney Channel star. That's a difficult transition. History shows that many teen stars struggle to become respected adult actors. The leap from child fame to mature artistry often breaks careers. But Zendaya approached that transition strategically. While still young, she began presenting herself differently on red carpets. Elevated, high fashion, intentional, every appearance became a statement. Working closely with stylist Law Roach, she turned fashion into storytelling. Each look felt curated, thoughtful, editorial. Red carpets weren't just about clothes, they were about transformation. The public slowly stopped seeing her as a former Disney kid and started seeing her as a cultural force. At the same time, she was delivering powerhouse performances on Euphoria, a raw, adult series that shattered any remaining child star perception. That show didn't just change her image, it changed how Hollywood viewed her. She wasn't transitioning, she had arrived. The true test of stardom isn't whether you can succeed inside a franchise. It's whether you can sell a film that depends entirely on you. That moment came with Challengers, a tennis drama. No built-in intellectual property, no superhero costume, no fantasy world, just her. The film cost around $55 million and earned nearly double worldwide. More importantly, over half the audience reported they went specifically to see Zendaya. That's old-school movie star power, the kind Hollywood hasn't seen in years. In an era dominated by comic books, remakes, and brand recognition, she proved people will show up for her name alone. And something even more surprising happened. Challengers didn't just make money, it sparked renewed interest in tennis across America. People left theaters buying rackets, signing up for lessons. That's influence beyond film. That's cultural impact. Then came more bold choices, smaller dramas, artistic risks, projects that many stars at her level would avoid. She isn't playing it safe, she's expanding her range. Another major factor in her cross-demographic appeal is how she exists in a unique cultural middle space. She is openly proud of her identity. She has spoken about race, privilege, and responsibility. Yet she presents herself in a way that resonates across audiences. She has even described herself as an acceptable version of a black girl in Hollywood. That comment sparked discussion, but it also reflects a historical pattern. Actresses like Halle Berry and Zoe Saldana also navigated that space, embraced widely across racial lines while still representing Black excellence. Zendaya's appeal crosses gender and generational lines as well. Teenagers admire her, parents respect her, men find her charismatic. Women find her inspiring without feeling threatened. She doesn't rely on overt hypersexuality. She has spoken openly about wanting young girls to see that beauty doesn't require revealing everything. That intentionality strengthens her trust factor. And trust, in today's celebrity economy, is priceless. She brings in Gen Z audiences unlike almost any other actress, but she's also what the industry calls a four-quadrant star, appealing to men over 25, women over 25, men under 25, women under 25. That's extraordinarily rare. It means entire households agree on her, parents and teenagers both want to watch her movies. There may not be another actor under 30 who commands that kind of universal appeal, and she's only 29. If this trajectory continues, she may become one of the most commercially successful Black actresses in film history, but perhaps even more impressive than the money is the control. She controls her image, she controls her narrative, she controls her pace. In a world where celebrities are constantly reacting to chaos, Zendaya feels intentional, measured, strategic. She isn't just participating in Hollywood, she's mastering it. And if the past few years are any indication, we're not watching a peak, we're watching the beginning of something historic.